right? Like, because if you went directly to releasing your product to human consumers, technically, you're testing on humans, right? You just don't have a whole scientific process behind it with hypotheses and control variables and all that, but you're still testing. Your hypothesis is basically just, it's safe until the lawsuits start coming in, right? So I actually did Google my question, though, because I was curious. So it turns out there are alternatives to animal testing. People could do it on, like, cell cultures or mini organs derived from stem cells. So I'm like, okay, but the shampoo bottles say nothing about that. Like, are we just supposed to assume that they test their products? It's as mysterious as these so-called zero sugar drinks, you know what I'm talking about? Like, we got a healthier version because it's zero sugar. Yeah, but don't you have artificial sweeteners? It's zero sugar. Yeah, but it still tastes like diabetes. It's zero sugar. No diabetes. May cause cancer or birth defects, but no diabetes. See, this is why decisions are hard, because somehow we have too much information and too little information at the same time. Like, if the shampoo bottle never mentioned animal testing in the first place, I would have just bought the shampoo. But now they tease us with this no animal testing, and it poses a major ethical dilemma, right? So now, not only am I torn about the decisions I have to make, I'm torn about the whole concept of making decisions. Because on one hand, I wish someone would just, like, tell me exactly what I should do. On the other hand, if someone tells me what I should do, I'm like, oh yeah, well, what do you know about my life, huh? It's also not helpful when people are like, yeah, just go with your instinct. I'm like, yeah, if I had an instinct, I wouldn't have been torn in the first place. My instincts confuse me a lot. Like, I could be trying to choose between two things, and my instinct will make me believe I want one thing until I lock it in. Like, a while ago, I was at a coffee shop, and I was trying to choose between coffee and chocolate truffles. Very different categories. Like, you would have thought my brain would at least narrow it down to, like, white chocolate mocha and dark chocolate mocha, right? But I was like, I saw the truffles first, I was like, let's get that. Then I saw the holiday drink specials, and I'm like, oh man, should I get that? And then I started overthinking. I was like, okay, which of these have been animal tested? Do they have artificial sweeteners? Finally, my brain decided to simplify the decision, being like, you know what, first come, first serve. I saw the truffle first, so I'm gonna get that. Then the moment I paid for the truffles, I instantly regretted it. And I was like, no, I want the peppermint mocha! Why didn't I get the peppermint mocha? Also, I don't know why first come, first serve even mattered to me. Like, I'm such a rule follower that even for preferences within my brain, I'm like, single file line. Yeah, peppermint mocha, wait your turn, truffles were here first. It's not fair if we just skip right ahead of you. But I don't like wasting food, so I ate those truffles. They were delicious, but I still really wanted that peppermint mocha. But I don't like wasting in general, which is why I actually do a lot of upcycled art. Follow me on Instagram, talk to me after the show. But pretty much on a daily basis, I'm making decisions about whether to keep or throw away junk, and it's really hard. Honestly, I feel like our whole waste management system is such a joke, too. Like, have you ever thought about where our trash actually ends up? Like, we're not actually getting rid of anything. It's all just sitting in the pile. We're basically just doing the equivalent of shoving things under the bed before guests come over, right? Like, our stuff is still around. It's just put away where no one ever bothers to look, right? Now, some of our stuff is theoretically recyclable, but trying to recycle kind of feels like doing your taxes, because they make recycling rules so convoluted, vastly different depending on where you live, but it's on you to figure out the rules. And if you get it wrong, they just throw out your entire bag into the trash, and then we're accused of recycling evasion and blamed for global warming. At this point, I feel like shooting our trash into space is the only solution. Like, because we don't want our air and water to be contaminated, and in any case, outer space is uninhabitable to begin with, so what are we really damaging here, right? Eventually, all of our milk cartons and pizza boxes are going to form a galaxy of their own. Our disposed smartphones will be the things that everything else revolves around. Aliens that are going to travel space, they're going to find our, Milky Way wrappers and think that they found our galaxy. Like how Columbus discovered India, I guess. They'll find a pizza box floating around and being like, guys, this is it. I guess the Earth is flat after all. All right, that was my set. Thank you, guys.
Let's keep going one more time for Sarvanie.